Hi guys, it's me, Kat. Mrs. Sandy, are you? Hope you're all doing really well today. So I think I'm going to do more on Mr. MBB333. And the reason for that is, well, he talked to me briefly again. It was brief, but he gave me some coding. That's what he did. And also, I'm going into the Eclipse and the comet quite a bit. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm already hoarse. So, yeah, it was from a little bit ago, but it all seems to tie in together. Well, not that long ago, but anyway, so I was in the chat and I just said hello to him and I gave him a funny little comment, and he seemed, I had asked, I don't know if it was this one or it was one after this. It might have been the one after this. I asked him to give me a heads up about, are there two suns, and am I going on the right track, type of thing. Two suns, S-U-N-S, in the sky. So anyway, so here we go. He said somebody else over there, and then he said, wait, let me get it right. He goes, basically, he says, oh, there's Mrs. Handy, are you? And when you say there's Mrs. Handy, are you? It's 132 in gematria, and that equals Princess Diana. Isn't that cool? Hi, Diana. I love you. So, I just love this stuff. It's so fun. It's so fun. So, yeah, somebody else equals, oh, wait, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody else is the beginning of it. There's Mrs. Handy, are you is the end of it. I'm sorry. So somebody else is 139, and it's Church of England, English alphabet, St. Mary. It equals wind turbine. Remember, President Trump talks about that all the time. And New Hampshire. So that was really cool. And that was in 139. And over there is simple 116, because he said there's somebody else over there. It's royalty and female messiah. So that was really cool. And when he says, oh, and then something else, it's 23, and that's W. I remember Juan O'Savin used to call us W, right? Yeah, for years. He said over 16 years he called as W, so 17, on these shows on YouTube. Let's see. O is I am, and it equals fake, and JM for Jennifer Mack. So that was really cool. So he's telling you he's fake, he's acting. It's an act, and not fake in a bad way, fake in a good way. So, okay. And let's see. Yeah, okay. So he mentioned the shorts. Of course, shorts on YouTube, which is kind of relatively new. So it sounds, if you just took him for face value, what he's saying, it sounds like he's explaining the difference between shorts and regular videos, like as if somebody was complaining about it. So he went on about it quite a bit, but he kept saying the shorts. He didn't say, well, shorts are this. He goes, the shorts. Well, the shorts is 132, and it's Princess Diana. So I hope I didn't get that other one wrong. I might have. I don't know. It's hard to read my writing sometimes. So anyway, so the shorts, that's what that equals. And do you remember way back when Juan was on Field McConnell on Able Danger? That was quite a bit ago. And anyway, Field McConnell, at one point, I don't know if it was only one day or more, but he wore pink shorts and he was dancing around in front of the computer. So that was really funny, the pink shorts. And anyway, so pink shorts equals Diana. So wait, how did I get that? Yeah, anyway, I had it figured out. I don't have the number in front of me, but the Field McConnell was Diana. And, you know, a grumpy person. That was the grumpy side. So he was kind of grumpy. Let's see. Sometimes the shorts are linked to live stream videos, like linked to, you know, Field McConnell. And then he started talking about, I can't emphasize enough, if you guys see somebody impersonating me in the comments, please let me know. Impersonating me. Because he's telling you he's not who he says he is. And he said it several times. Impersonating me. And he said, do not communicate with these people. Let's see. And and then he goes, it's not me. He's telling you, it's not me. And let's see. Sorry, there's a lot of stuff I don't need to read in here. And then he says, impersonating me again. It's not me. I mean, he said it many times. And let's see, someone is impersonating you. I got duped. So he's supposedly reading an email from Derek Martinez. And I am really, hi, Mr. MBB333. I really am a huge fan. I recently saw your message. And I won't go into the whole thing. But, you know, so Derek supposedly figured out that this guy was an imposter, and he talked to him. The guy, it sounded like the person wanted money. It's all fake. All that is fake. The email's fake. Well, Derek equals, where the heck is it? Derek, next page, equals in Jewish gematria 104, and it equals cat, and that's my nickname. And it's so funny. Okay, so listen. He says, Derek knew what the answers were, and those of you who know me know what the answers to those questions are too. That somebody impersonating me would not know the answers to. Good job, Derek. I think he's saying good job, Kat. I really do. Just do what Derek did. So I like that. That was really exciting. Yeah. The short is 132. I have that again. Let's see. He always says, have a super day. Always. And then simple, it's 109, and that's 17, and it equals 7. So for one, because Diana plays both of them. And let's see. Be safe out there. He says that always. And that's simple 150. And that equals Phil Godlewski, because they all play Phil. Everybody plays everybody else. Nobody's real. Like, I'm real, but, you know, it seems like nobody else is real. And be safe out there equals another false FLAG, like the flappy thing on a flagpole. Magdalene bloodline matches. So when you think about it, it all matches Phil Godlewski too, because that, you know. So U.S. president, I think Diana's the second president. I do. I think she's the second president. Born in Bethlehem equals. And remember Karen Carson, our friend? She said, I think I told you, I hope I did, in an old Bible she saw the U.S. on a map. I don't think it was the Ethiopian Bible, but we've talked about that one. Now I can't remember if it was an old American one or an Ethiopian Bible. And it was on a map, and the area of the United States is called Israel. So that was really cool. Yeah. So let's see. So President Trump has been sending out these fundraising texts. You know, he doesn't need to raise money, but he sends a lot of texts out, and, you know, you can get hats and different things like that. And if you want to get involved in the text, just text 88022, and I'm sure you'll get on the list to receive them. And lots of things in capital letters, lots of things emphasized. There's usually a link, and it clicks on for one more page. So there's quite a bit to these texts. So he said, this was only on the 20th, so it wasn't too long ago. Keep your filthy hands off Trump Tower. Democrats want to seize my properties. See my emergency memo. And then he had a link. So anyway, I'd already been working on the possibility that they were like 2 suns, maybe even 2 comets, who knows, maybe 2 eclipses, maybe only 1 eclipse, and maybe a regular sun way over on the other side. Because the way I get it is a good sun and a bad sun. And that's just like, that makes sense to me. Because, the bad things. There's plots in movies, TV shows, like they'll be brothers or even sisters. Brothers, and there'll be a good son and a bad son. So it makes sense that there's a good son and a bad son. Now, I guess I was probably going to get to it a little later on, but I'm talking about it now. So, God's Vlamasty, that I can never say, he had something in his Crater Earth series that I remember I was like, okay, I can get the Crater Earth thing, but now the 2 suns is going too far in my head. That was all in my head. But he talked about he didn't talk about 2 suns. Sorry, I bring it back a step. He talked about the sun, the one sun, being a parasite. That was what I couldn't take. I was like, how can the sun be a parasite? I don't understand. And he talked about it like as coming up to our atmosphere or whatever our dome is or something, and that it's okay. So what a parasite does, I don't think he said this part, but it injects yucky stuff in to get the stuff out, to manipulate it to get it back out. So it puts something in to get something out. That's what a parasite does. And anyway, I hope you don't think I'm off the wall, but so the sun would, that nobody was bad until the sun was brought along. Who knows how the sun came along, but that sun, but the bad guys somehow, aliens and stuff, and it would inject stuff that made everybody like angry and do evil things, and that before that came along, that didn't happen. Okay, that's what he was saying. And then, okay, so then I'm thinking about it and I'm going, okay, so they put bad stuff in. So that louche that people talk about, I don't know how to spell it or anything, I've just heard it, that other folks talk about, like, they feed off of sadness and anger and hate and all that. The bad guys, as I always just say the bad guys, but okay, so what if, so the bad guys are all around, we're all around here, and they're causing chaos and doing all that stuff, making everybody upset and sad and killing people and everything. And so they're probably doing it for the sun, and they're doing what their master wants, or masters, or whoever this is for. So it's not even like their level. There's like a whole massive level beyond them. I mean, I've known that anyway, but there's reptilians above them all around the world, and I'm thinking they're rounded up, but anyway. So all that was going on, and so the louche was going out to the sun, and I don't know how, but there's some kind of transfer going on that was really bad. That's what God Flamaste said, and definitely seems like a possibility. So if there's 2 suns, like I've been thinking about lately, that's the bad sun. So maybe it's the bad sun that gets the eclipse. It's eclipsed. Maybe the good sun is over here, and it's shining and the eclipse is happening way over there, and everybody's going to go, well, how is that happening? They're going to freak out and lose it and everything and whatever. And hopefully not too bad. Or maybe there's going to be two eclipses. I don't know. I have no idea. And the comet, so when the comet comes by, I think I already told you, when the comet comes by, one of you guys said in the comments something that I hadn't realized, so thank you, that when the comet comes by and the tail is all, the tail of the comet comes by, it'll go by the eclipse of the sun and it'll make a tail like a Q. So it'll look like a Q up there. So that's really cool. That's not a coincidence. So anyway, the reason I started going in about the suns is when President Trump said all that in this text. So I've been working on the comet, eclipse, suns, all that stuff, and hands off equals 73, and it's suns, plural. So that was kind of like a confirmation for me, and it keeps happening. So that wasn't the only time. Let's see. He said, hands off Trump Tower. So like I told you before, I do things by phrases, sometimes words, or capital letters. So Trump Tower is in Jewish 1605, and it equals what's my name? And this is a Kennedy movie. And listen to this. This is an awesome match for hands off Trump Tower. It equals purple skies event near. So I've heard, I didn't figure this out, but I have heard from other people that what the sky is supposed to be is purple. And that's probably why purple is 88 and Trump is 88. And they're not supposed to be blue skies. It's supposed to be some shade of purple. And so that's really cool that came up. And maybe after the eclipse and everything, it will be a purple sky after that or something. I don't know. Trump Tower in simple is 169, and it equals communications message for you. The Virgin Mary, my twin is named. There's two Marys, so yeah. Anyway, my twin is named. That's Jackie and Diana. Trump arrest, because that's going to happen sometime. It's barely beating, because after he's arrested, I think it's going to look like an exit, but, I don't want to be a negative Nelly, so I won't go into it. Tonight's moon, so we have a kind of towards the eclipse comms. This magic moment, here comes the boom. And my other big thing that I'm thinking of, besides two suns, is that the comet crashes. They're going to make it look like the comet crashes. And they'll have all this video this huge, because it's supposed to be the size of Houston. It's not some little thing, so and Houston's very big and spread out. So if that happened, pretend it happened, it would make quite an impact. And this is the big one, matches. And C's was in capital letters, like C's, Trump Tower. In Jewish, it's 609, equals next phase, DIE, the end of the scenario, and land of confusion. I think we're in the Endgame, because, oh yeah, that was another match to something. I just skipped over that one, the Endgame. Hands off equals the Endgame. And that's an American Prophet title. I love American Prophet. If you haven't seen it, wait till this video's over and go see American Prophet. I think it's only on Rumble. And there's no talking, it's just video. Clips really fast. It's a weight hat thing. Let's see. C's in simple is 64, and it equals Titan. Now, Titan, I think it's a moon around Jupiter, I think. I'm just kind of remembering it. But it's also the gods, they were Titans, and they were Olympians. And the Olympians, well, the Titans sounded like they were cannibals, and they, like Cronus, Chronus, and he would eat his own children right after they were born. So I shouldn't have said that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I should have spelled something. And so that was the Titans, Titans. And the Olympians are like the good guys, and they beat them. You know, they got them out of control over everything. So then they were gone. So it's interesting that Titan would come up. Maybe it's not a moon around Jupiter. That wouldn't make sense because Jupiter's like the good place. Saturn's the bad place. So I don't know about that with the moon. Let's see. Okay. And Tenet, that's a White Hat movie that Tom talks about. So like a movie reference here. And Korean, like a war reference. So I think that's interesting. And then all clear. All this matches C's that was in his fundraising text. So, you know, all the way from movie comms to war to all clear. And because that was in capital letters. So, okay, so when the asteroid lands, I'm much better when I don't read off the paper, to be honest with you. When the asteroid lands, I think what's going to happen, now believe it or not, I think it's going to look like aliens are coming off the asteroid, either from inside of it or whatever. You know, there'll be people around, and, you know, and it'll all be like a movie, but, and these aliens could come out. Now that's really off the wall. I know I'm off the wall lately, but, you know, that's me. And so the aliens will come out, and it's basically take me to your leader type of stuff. And I think that could be the fake war that we're waiting for, and not like the World War, like a normal, I guess, in quotes, World War that we've had, you know, because like everybody's watching all the events in the world and waiting for a fake war. And that's what I was doing. And now I'm thinking this past week that it's going to be a war against the aliens, like World War against another world, in quotes, right? So anyway, that'll be interesting. So he said, seize my properties, and it equals purple twilight. So another thing about the sky. And it matches NASA is only telling half the truth. And we know it's probably not even half. And it equals Sun, Earth, Jupiter. So it's a lot of stuff about the skies, like the upcoming eclipse comet scenario. Seize my properties equals total eclipse of the heart. And it equals gematrix, not .org, but it's gematrix.org calculator. And psychological torture, because people will be going, what the heck when all this happens? And I don't know about the 10 days of darkness, the however many days, that I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is it going to be, you know, after the eclipse, will it be 10 days dark instead of coming back out, you know, after just a short time? Will it, I don't know, will it be just stay dark and it, you know, somehow, I don't know how, that you know, the moon stays in front of the sun, the bad sun, which is what I think it is. So, and then maybe after it finally does, maybe there is 10 days, maybe, you know, everything, and then you see the sun again, or maybe all we see after that is the good sun. I don't know. And maybe that's the solar flash, getting the good sun in there. And then there's this, you know, little advertisements and sayings and common phrases, as I like to say, are important in decoding. And they're put there for a reason, you know, like little phrases and songs that you remember. They all have meaning. So remember Motel 6? And they'd say, we'll keep the light on for you. So I'm like, we'll keep the light on for you. Is that a sun reference? Or is that the solar flash reference? Maybe. So I don't know if, so I just decided to try, decoding 2 comets. And in Jewish, it's 1328. Shock the world. Mary Magdalene 2 times. So that was cool. Great conjunction, and that's when something comes together. You could look at the eclipse as a conjunction. Wiped out. The never-ending nightmare. Could that be a reference to 10 Days of Darkness, maybe? Donald Trump's military. And DNA activation code of light. I don't know. 2 comets equals simulation in simple 133. Facing end of days. And twin soul. And twin soul is a match in Jewish and simple, which always to me is a big deal. Like I've said that many times, I guess. That it's almost like an exclamation mark, that's important. Twin. And of course, we've got the President Kennedy and Junior twin situation, and Diana and Jackie twin. They're twins. And live free or die matches my state motto in New Hampshire. And so President Trump makes a big deal out of that when he comes to rallies here. And so, live free or die, when he's saying it, is you could look at it as decoding back to simulation matches. So likely he was Diana or Junior when he was standing up there. And it matches 2 comets, and it matches facing end of days. So when he would say that. So I don't know, I've got way too many things to tell you. Oh, and Mr. MBB333, he said a Trumpology. That's what I call it anyway. He said interpretate, not interpret, in a video. And that equals, in simple, 151, and it's drain the swamp. And, President Trump would say that a lot, which also equals Jesus Christ. So when President Trump says that, he's saying Jesus Christ. And he's also saying it's April Fool's. So Mr. MBB is usually Diana, as far as I can tell. And let's see, it equals emergency alert, golden escalator. President Trump talks about coming down the golden escalator with Melania. And when he says golden escalator, he's saying it's April Fool's, and it equals superstar DJ, like our yacht rock on Sirius XM, and they've got this DJ on there. You should listen to it on YouTube. Just see if you can find yacht rock DJ clips. He's got the most hysterical voice, and I can't even do it. Like a snobby kind of voice, and it's kind of loud, and like, oh, I need some more prawns. I can't do it. Anyway, it says really funny stuff. So I'm wondering if one of our people is doing the yacht rock DJ. And, but anyway, so let's see. So I'm thinking I've got it on notes here. I'm thinking the fake war could be an alien invasion, and that would be like War of the Worlds, that I've talked about that way back. And War of the Worlds is, I think it's 1938, and Orson Welles was the lead guy, and it was live on the radio, and everybody thought that the aliens had landed and were, killing everybody, especially in cities. And they were shooting rays, and they were huge, tall things with antenna and super, super tall. And they had ray guns, and they were setting fires everywhere and destroying things. And so everybody was running out of their homes and going for the hills. And because if you didn't hear the first few minutes of War of the Worlds, it sounded like a news bulletin, like a broadcast. Something bad is happening, and now we're going to this reporter, now we're going to that reporter, now we're in this town, now we're over here, and now so-and-so said this, and everybody's running. So that was about an hour. So if you haven't listened to it yet, listen to it on YouTube. Just listen to the original version, because that's the best, not like a redo. And anyway, it's amazing. I'm sure I haven't decoded it, but I'm sure it's all coded. And I think it was done so that we'll look back and go, wow, that's what they tried to do to us, to wake everybody up that everything can be faked. That's the point. I think that's really the point, that everything that you've known has been fake, that they've pulled the wool over your eyes on everything, all the way from science to math to, Greenpeace stuff, everything has been fake. That there's cures out there, and it's all been suppressed. I mean, everything has been fake. And when all these other things are shown to be fake, you'll go, well, why did you do that? And it's because the cabal wanted to do it to us, for one thing, too. They wanted to do really bad stuff. They wanted to depopulate the earth down to a certain amount. They wanted to do all these, they were drugging us and, all this stuff, letting people die when there was cures. Hopefully people will wake up when they hear all this. Fake wars, all the loved ones who passed on in fake wars. Like, this is, everything was fake. Let's see. So I tried eclipses, and I did that because I was on with Tom a few days ago, which was very nice that he invited me, and Matt Geiger was on. And the title made it sound like it was only about gold, but really we talked about all the eclipse and all kinds of things. So that's when I first talked about two suns. And I think it was a good episode, so if you want, go look at it. It's on Tom's channel. And well, I'm sure I put it in community, because I'm always sharing his things. So if you look at the community header on the homepage, my homepage, you'll see it in there somewhere. And let's see. So, sorry, I'm losing it here. Oh yeah, I mentioned this little bit on that show, but it's not very much. I'm going to repeat, but I was thinking about the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit and Gollum. And Gollum always said everything plural because he was like a split personality, Smeagol and Gollum, and he's always saying, like, this is one, he said, Bagginses. What is Bagginses? Like, Frodo Baggins and things. And they did that to people. They made them into split personalities, and the people and the little ones did, because they were trying to escape mentally all the stuff that was happening to them. So I think that's why they had Gollum like that. And plus he was small. A small character. Yeah, Bagginses in Jewish is 251. It's my name, Catherine, but it also matches Bagginses in simple at 83. So I thought that was cool. It matched both, and it equals copycat, which is hysterical because my nickname. And Black Sun. Now, I've always had a thing about the sun, and there's a Black Sun cult. I don't know if there's anything left of it, but it was in the, those people that are unmentionable from World War II, the bad guys that were from Germany. They were involved, the head people were involved in a cult, and it was called Cult of the Black Sun. And it believed the sun was black or dark, and it shone the opposite rays. And until I saw that Goj Flamaste videos crater Earth. I didn't really understand that, but he explained it. So hopefully you can find it on Rumble. It's on the very first few. He explains how the sun can be black and comes through the dome, and the light changes and it goes from dark to light. And that's another reason that Q post is in there, dark to light, because of the sun. The sun is dark, it's shining rays in, and I don't know if it's the bad sun or the good sun. I don't know about, probably the bad sun if it was something that they admired. So black sun, dark days, broadcast, and red alert. So all that matches. So all this, ramping up stuff matches black sun, which you can look at as the eclipse too, not just the cult of the black sun. So let's see, eclipses. So I don't know if there'll be two eclipses. Don't hold me to that. I really strongly think there'll be two suns, but the two eclipses I don't know. But let's see, eclipses happens to be 88, which is Trump. It equals La Luna, the moon, God's plan. Let's see, fear not, artificial. Now it matches Sauron. Now I've never gotten any Lord of the Rings things in my decoding, not that I can think of anyway. And here I was just working on Gollum, and then the next page I'm working on eclipses, and it comes up with Sauron, who was the bad dude in Lord of the Rings, the head bad dude. And it in 88 also equals Elden Ring. That's another Lord of the Rings reference. So it equals eclipses, plural, equals 10 days, like the darkness. And then it equals the opposite kind of day star. That's a Christian broadcasting station, I mean. So day star. And it equals Lord help me, like eclipses, plural. And I can't be cloned. And clone makes me think of more than one. So, and then I did more on Black Sun, which is I'm doing the 83 part simple. And it equals Mordor. Isn't that weird how all of this started coming up? Yeah, oh, and 83 is Jonathan, But it equals hands up, and, kind of like from hands up, don't shoot. Remember all that was going on? And it equals prayer, like hands up in prayer, possibly, like when things are going on. So, and then I thought, don't ask me how my mind works. I don't know. I thought of the electric slide, okay? When you're at a wedding and you still do those line dances, the electric slide, and everybody's doing this whole thing and they're going sideways and stuff. And anyway, the chorus from the electric slide, all you say ever is, it's electric. That's all you say. And it's electric, and everything has meaning, It's electric equals 123, and it equals black hole sun. Is it electric? Is it like just being charged by something up there? I mean, can you believe it? I'm thinking of a line dance. It comes up, it's electric, and it matches black hole sun, like the eclipse. I don't know. And you can also think of the image of the moon anyway, sliding in front of the sun, like the slide. And the two suns equals 164, and it equals, you are the flash. It equals brightest comet light. That was on the bottom. And another odd one, it equals, in Jewish 1583, it equals all around the world. And I was wondering previously, you probably heard, is there some way that not just that line across the United States seeing this eclipse, but could it possibly be seen around the world? I had that thought, you know, like that would affect like everybody. And don't ask me how that works either. I don't know. So anyway, I think I've talked enough. I'm getting really hoarse. I have a ton more, but I think you get the message. So anyway, I love you guys. And don't worry. I know it sounds really freaky, but don't worry. Everything's all right. And you guys are on the side of finding out truth, or at least theories. Like, I don't know if it's truth, but at least theories about stuff. And so if there's weird stuff happening, no matter what it is, don't worry about it. It's going to be all right. And anyway, I love you guys. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Take care. Bye. Love you.